Wildfires have gotten bigger since the 1970s. The average acres burned per year is now about triple what it was a few decades ago. You experience this every day, every summer in your lives. Whether it's from smoke in your communities, your business being disrupted, whether you're a firefighter and you're putting your life on the line protecting our communities, and wildfires are causing more damage. The average number of structures lost in this decade since 2010 is nearly triple what was lost in the previous decade. And the reason that we're seeing more loss and more destruction is because we are putting more and more homes in fire-prone landscapes. The wildland-urban interface is the fastest growing land use type in the United States, the area where homes and flammable vegetation meet or intermingle. Fortunately, today, we know a lot more than we did just a few years ago about how to build fire-adapted communities. We know a lot about how homes burn down and why, and how to build homes that are safer.
Wildland urban fire disasters are a home ignition problem that can be solved by reducing home ignitability without necessarily controlling extreme wildfires. That's a big deal. The number one impediment to us appropriately managing fire as an ecological factor in our landscapes is the threat to houses.
We're evaluating and controlling the combustibles, again, both vegetative and structural, around the home to one, limit the potential for direct flame contact, to drive down the exposure from the direct flame contact radiation and embers to the structure, so the structure, while it's hardened, doesn't have to endure as much.
The inevitability of extreme wildfire does not necessarily mean the inevitability of homes igniting. The ignitions that do occur, now the task of protection comes into parity with the available resources. So we're not going to be doing away with response. We're going to make response effective. Wouldn't it be nice if we were effective when we showed up?
In 1871, the city of Chicago was made of wood. When a fire ignited in the middle of the night, it quickly became an urban conflagration. The whole city was engulfed. 300 people died, 100,000 people were made homeless. Following that disaster and others like it, our culture, our society said, we don't want that to happen again. And we designed plans and codes and regulations. We innovated our building practices to make a more fire-resistant urban environment. We solved this problem once before in an urban sense, and we can solve it again. So let's get started.